Buddy, glad to have you from New Trier as the New Trier Trevians take on the Niles West Indians. Glad to have you here on the network, and this is a Trevians team that is playing very inconsistently this year. They've had some good stretches, and they've been down in the dumps a little bit. Have hit well and then have not, have pitched well and then have not. And the result being that although they're trying to go 10 games up on 500, they're not ready for the playoffs that are only 2 weeks away. This is Mark Braun. Stick around. Baseball coming up next here on the network. All set to get underway. We have Pat Neumayer out in the left, Ryan Spellman in center, and Tommy Geary off in right field. At third today is Danny Keogh. Shortstop is Mark Mazzoni. At second today, first time we've seen it in a while, is Peter Harper. At first is Teddy Rosinski. On the mound today, Peter Elmer, the 6'6" lefty of the Trevians. One of the triumvirate of the starting rotation, back from last year's state championship team. And behind the plate is Steve Marte. So welcome, glad to have you with us as the Trevians will take on the Niles West Indians. Niles West has also gone through a little bit of a turnover this year. And I still haven't figured out why they have these multiple uniform numbers, but Niles West does. Rich Houston leads it off for the Indians. Niles West, they will cease to be the Indians at the end of this year. Right past Harper. Took a bounce past him. Maybe caught the lip of the infield a little bit, and it's a single. Leadoff hit. And that brings up Nazir Banpuri. There's a strike. So Banpuri up with Houston on at first. Leadoff single. The look over, there he goes, swinging a ground ball. And thrown away, error on Harper. 96. So nobody out. Runners on at the corners for the Indians as Harper threw it away. Let loose a rocket. And the pitch in there for a strike.
Be smart, Marty.
Parcell, the batter. Number 3 in the batting order for the Niles West squad. Strike 2. Runners at the corners. Nobody out. Top half of the first inning. Now the pitch on the way. Windshield whacker back behind the plate.
Hey. Better than what?
Now the pitch. Outside a ball. Yeah, nice day for baseball. Right now the wind blowing out. They do expect a front to come in. There's a ground ball. Over to second, back over to first. In time for the double play, but on the play the run comes home. So score that a double play for 6-3. On the double play, 2 out, no run in. Billy Toy, the batter. Swing and a miss, strike. Toy bats. 2 out, nobody on. Run in. He did go, strike.
Be smart, kid. Go, Peter. One more.
Well, second base has been the big problem to fill for the Trevians as Toy takes a look, called third strike. In the inning, 1 run on 1 hit. An error, and nobody left. Well, the Trevians come to bat here in the bottom half of the first inning. Some of the crowd here today. And the Niles West Indians have Sean Koladzij in left. Stephen Phillips in center. And over in right is Ben Puri. At third is Donahue. Shortstop. And Schramm at second. Over at first, mysterious number. Or Crier, I'm sorry. And behind the plate is Parcell. Here's Ryan Spellman to lead it off. Kind of got by me a little quickly there on who the shortstop was. Houston, I guess it is. Now the pitch on the way to Ryan Spellman, high a ball.
Get that barrel out now, Spells. Front side in and down, kid. In and down. Up the middle. Here we go. Front side in and down.
New Trier, a little up and down this year. There are times when they pitch and hit real well, and times when they just don't. There's a pitch outside a ball. New Trier has managed to get themselves in range here to be 10 games over 500. There's a strike. Next week's the big week for New Trier, with Maine South and Highland Park, both ranked teams. Conference championship on the line.
You guys got them all off?
Actually, the Trevians lead the conference right now. They are 10-0.
Come on, Rhino, protect here.
That's outside of ball.
Spells. Front side down, kid. Quick hands.
So this year, Evanston not very good. But, of course, anything happens anytime New Trier and Evanston play. There's a hot shot foul down the line. So the Wildcats and Trevians will meet in the final conference games in 2 weeks before the playoffs, which begin on the 22nd of May, I believe it is. High pop-up. The second baseman over to the first baseman's position, hands it for the out. And here's Peter Harper. Peter Harper comes to the plate. Between Harper and Spellman, it's happened a couple of times this year. Once they start getting on base, a lot can happen. They could steal bases for you, get them into scoring position. It's obviously going to be a tough road for the Trevians to get back downstate this year. That's a ball. Out of the last 4 years, 3 of them, the Trevians have gone downstate, but there's a strike. Wouldn't say that I expect it this year. It'd be a pleasant surprise if they do. Now the pitch to Harper. Got a little piece of it, fouled it back to the screen. Particularly the way Trevians, the New Trier team, hits against a little better pitching. It's going to be a real difficult road for them this year. Peter Harper bats, 1 out, nobody on. High of all. Barcel, big boy, 6'3" and 225 pounds approximately. Ball 4, and Harper draws the walk.
Hey, give him time, Teddy. Hold, kid.
Here's Teddy Rosinski. So Teddy Rosinski bats with Harper on at first. Time called. Checking for the signal back in the Indians dugout. As of next year, the Indians now will be the Niles West Wolves. There goes Harper. There's the throw, not in time. Stolen base by Peter Harper. And Rosinski continues to bat here in the bottom of the first.
Hey, what do you say, Ted? Row!
Outside a ball.
Hey, one out there for you, kid. Here we go, Teddy.
What, Teddy?
Throw those hands, kid.
Now the pitch on the way. Outside a ball. Tommy Geary on deck. Early on in the proceedings here. Bottom of the first. Harper on second with a walk on a stolen base. Rosinski, number 3 batter in the lineup, continues to bat. There's a strike. Now, the last couple of years, there have been something about that number 3 batter in the lineup that has been very difficult for the Trevians. There's a pitch low, ball 4, and Rosinski draws a walk. So with 2 aboard, here's Tommy Geary. Tommy Geary. Bats with 2 on, 1 out. The Niles West squad has a run in. Time called as Geary takes a step out of the batter's box. There's a strike.
Hands
To
inside,
Geary.
drop it. Come on, Tommy.
Come on, Tom. Tommy, little break now here. Let's go, TG. Rip it, Tommy. Rip it. Come on, Tom.
Tommy Geary, right fielder. They've changed the lineup a little bit, moved him into the number 4 spot. High pop-up. Foul. The first baseman over in foul territory. He has it for the out. Everybody holds. And here's Patrick Neumayer.
Oh, Newbie. 2 out hit, kid.
Patrick Neumayer bats with 2 on and 2 out now.
Come on, Newbie.
A little bit of a wind blowing straight out. Swing and a miss. Make a little foul tip back. Strike. Nice afternoon for baseball. Sunshine.
Hey, quick hands up there, kid. Here we go.
We do expect the temperature to make a little bit of a drop here. There's a front that's supposed to roll through sometime this afternoon. Hasn't gotten here yet. Now the look back, the pitch high, a ball. The left fielder of the Trevs. Throw back. Not in time. Harper back.
Come on, Newbie.
1-1 the count to Neumayer.
What do you say, Pat?
Line shot.
Hey, get on top now.
Foul.
Go, kid.
Come on here, kid. Let's go. What do you say now, Pat? What do you say, Pat?
Up today.
Ground ball. Deep short. The long throw not in time.
Bob, all right here, kid.
And a single loads up the bases
Hey, what do you say
for
now,
Bob
Bobo?
Anderson, the designated hitter.
Go, Bobo.
Bob Anderson, the designated hitter, bats with the bases jammed. The delivery. Outside a ball.
Kid. Go, Bobo.
2 out. 3 aboard. They've been expecting Anderson's power to come through. Foul ball back. And unfortunately, it's been few and far between this spring for Bob Anderson.
Hey, get on top, Bobo.
It's a very young squad.
Up the middle, kid. Go, Bobo.
Pitch outside a ball as the Trevians bring up a bunch of players due to graduation last year. Out of the 8 regular position players, only 2 of them are back this year. And Anderson gets hit by a pitch, and that'll walk in a run. And we are tied. So we're all tied up.
Oh, Burger Boy.
Here's Danny Keogh. Pitch is high, a ball.
Go, kid. Get extension. Here we go. Drive it.
Go, Kehoe. Come on now, Danny, kid. Let's go. Let's go, kid. Go 2-1.
Out of delivery. In there for a strike.
Down there now. Let's go. Come on, now. Let's go.
Anderson on at first. Neumayer at second. Rosinski at third. 2 out.
Let's go.
2 walks, a single, and hit batsman. That brought home the Trevians run. The Indians, there's a high fly ball, shallow, and taken by the shortstop in shallow left field for the out. In the inning, 1 run on 1 hit. 2 walks, a hit batsman, and 3 left. At the end of 1, we're tied at 1. And we'll be back with more in just a moment. Some of the crowd here today at the ballpark. The Trevians and the Niles West Indians tied up at 1. Leading it off is Koladzij. There's a ground ball picked up nicely by Mazzoni in time. Quickly 1 up, 1 down. So the sophomore guns down the first batter. Here's Brian Trier. Takes a strike. Peter Elmer in the last outing. 2-hit complete game shutout. Little piece of it. Fouled it back. Now the delivery by Peter Elmer. Pitches low, a ball. Trier. Niles West actually had a pretty good baseball team last year. We were pretty high on that Krinsky. Not much of a fielder. A lot of pretty good hitters. Had a school record for the most home runs. Strike. I take it back. That was Tommy Leone that just struck out. Pitches high. Here's Trier. So Joe Tommy Leone with the second out of the inning. Brian Trier batting now. Now the pitch on the way. Ooh, close. Now the pitch outside a ball.
Go all the way back now, kid. Come on. Come on, get a ground ball here.
7th batter in the Indians lineup. Delivery.
Ooh, nice.
Ball 4. First walk issued by Peter Elmer. Here's Granini, the shortstop. Strike 1. Tony Granini. Number 8 in the lineup. Pitches low and a little bit outside a ball.
Fastball. Come on, George. Come on, George. Hey, come on, kid. Good.
Thought to go. Pitches high and tied a ball.
Okay.
Now they got the runner picked off. Well, that was the second time. And they tagged him out. And the inning is over. Score that 1-6 on the putout. There you see the wind blowing out today.
Inside, not top, Marty.
Leading it off is Steve Marte. Marte, Mazzoni, and Spellman. There's a strike.
Let's go, Marty. Come on, Steve-O.
Little scoop foul.
Quick hands, let's go.
Over here on the third baseline.
Don't reach.
This is the Metro Chicago Sports Network. Glad to have you. Wherever you may be, hope you enjoy our ball games. Trevians sent 7 men to bat in the first inning. Got 1 run out of it. That by a hit batsman, forcing in a run. High pop-up, foul, and a windshield whacker.
Stay inside, not top. Let's go.
Nice afternoon for baseball. Wind blowing from basically home to center. Straight out. Line shot caught by the first baseman. And there's one away. Here's Mazzoni. Mark Mazzoni, the shortstop of the Trevians this year.
Let's go, Mazzoni.
Swing and a miss. Pitch is low. Strike.
Stay back. Hands inside, not top. Come on.
Now the pitch into the dirt. Strike.
Stay back and see it.
Well, this week there are a lot of good press for Mike Duda, ranked as number 3 quarterback in the Midwest, behind 2 quarterbacks from outside the Chicago area. Pitches high and outside of all. One of the scouts, if you want to call them that. Scouts, football, basketball prospects. I know he does those 2. I don't know if he does baseball. Swing and a ground ball. Fair down the line. And Mazzoni gonna hold up with a single.
Oh, Spells, keep it going, kid.
And here's Ryan Spellman.
Hey, up the middle,
Line
kid.
shot
Spells,
right
here
down
we
the
go.
line.
Front side, in and down, quick hands.
The speedy Ryan Spellman at bat. Mazzoni on at first. Throw to first. Just to kind of let Mazzoni know they know he's there. Now the pitch. Low and away a ball. It's almost a sidearm delivery. Spellman looks over, gets the sign from Coach Napoleon.
Oh, Spells, quick hands.
Coach Piggott over at first. High and tight, a ball. One out, one
Hey,
on.
what do you say, killer?
Second inning. Each team with a run in. Throw to first, and again the runner back. Little squiver.
One side down.
Foul. Harper on deck. Walk, stole second. Went to third on the infield single by Neumayer.
House bells.
Came home on the hit batsman. Harper on deck. Now the pitch on the way. Swing and a ground ball. Pass. Base hit. And a single for Spellman. Almost in the same spot. The infield was pulled in a little bit, thinking that perhaps Spellman was going to walk or bunt, sacrifice. Mazzoni over. Runners at first and second. One out. Here's Harper. Have him playing second base today. Now they've lost Danny Porter for the season. Here's a bunt. And out of play.
Let's go, Harp.
Porter with a torn ACL.
Come on, Harper, let's go. Get on, baby.
They do expect Sundheim back this week or possibly next into the varsity. On the varsity, he's going to have a rehab stint on the JV.
Keep the eye on it. Harp's off.
On that healing hamstring. There's a ground ball bounded, taken by the second baseman, 4-1. That's all he'll get. A fielder's choice. And runners at the corners. 4-6 on the put out on Spellman. And here's Teddy Rosinski. Rosinski walked his last time up. Teddy with those two big home runs, even though one of them didn't count, against Stevenson. Also, against, I believe he had one against Maine West. Also had one against Niles West on Tuesday. Trevians in real time. On Tuesday, the Trevians mauled this Niles West squad, something like 16-4. There's a strike.
Hands inside, driving, Teddy. Home, kid.
Something like that. It was bad enough that Coach Gustafson refused to tell me what the score was, so I knew it had to be bad. He's like that. Runners on at the corners. 2 out. Throw to first. Harper scampers back.
Hey, Ted Rowe.
Big gap out there. There goes the runner. And Harper with another stolen base. Uncontested. Second stolen base of the ball game for Harper. Two men in scoring position. High pop-up.
Get on top, Teddy.
And out of play back behind us here.
Get on top. Come on, kid.
1-1 the score. Two out, 2 on.
Tommy. Up.
Now the Pitch on the way. Swing and a long fly ball. Right fielder backing up. Has it on the run. And the inning over. No runs. 2 hits. 2 left. At the end of 2, we're tied at 1. And we'll be back with more in just a moment here on the network. He leads off the inning. He gets new life. He was at bat when the runner Trier was thrown out. So Tony Granini gets a new count here.
First and third. The double play brought the runner.
Inside a ball. Third inning.
So what is up with your softball?
High and outside a ball. Glad to have you here at the ballpark. Coming out. Catch some baseball. There's a strike. We're going to be here doing baseball now all the way to August. Now the pitch hit him. And each team has now been clunked once. Here's Contos. A bunt, sack. Gonna work. Went to third. Smart base running, and he's safe. So Granini gets 2 out of that.
Hey, get out there, help him out. See if you can get to it before he can.
So Granini went all the way around to third on the sacrifice. Runner at third, 1 out. And here's Houston. There's a strike. Rich Houston. Oh, they got the man and tag him out. That was a suicide squeeze that didn't work. 2-5 on the put out. 2 out. That was a suicide squeeze that didn't suicide. Actually, it did suicide. It didn't squeeze. On the run, taken by Patrick Neumayer, and the inning over. In the inning, no runs, no hit. A hit batsman and nobody left. Go to the bottom half of the frame. Some of the new Trier student faithful hanging around the fences here. There's Mr. Gelber and crew. Have obviously not as bad as their record may indicate. Here's Tommy Geary to lead it off. Now the bunt, pulled the bat back, and it's a ball.
I told him that to get. They know me.
Trevians have already stranded 5 through 2 innings.
Go, Tommy.
Not a very good sign. Ground ball, sawed it off. Right to the first baseman. He'll take it himself unassisted. And that's 1 out. And here's Patrick Neumayer. Neumayer singled his last time up. Left stranded at second in the first inning.
on, Pat. Come on here, man. Let's go, kid. Come on, man. Come on, man. Pat.
Now the delivery,
baby,
which is
Newman,
high,
stay on
fouled
top,
it
kid.
off, strike.
Come on now.
Barrel above the hands.
Come on, Newman. Come on, Newman. Come on, kid.
Each player, each team has had one player clunked by a pitch. Now the pitch on the way. High fly ball.
Spin in there. Spin in there.
And drops in for the base hit.
Come on, Bobo.
Here's Bob Anderson. So Anderson on. Single by Neumayer. Second hit of the ball game for Neumayer. 2 for 2 on the day. Here's Anderson. He got clunked by a pitch his last time up. That drove in the run. Here's a strike on the outside corner. Billy Toy on the mound. Draw the first runner back. Little foul tip.
Come on now. Come on, big Bobo.
Anderson at the plate. Now the pitch is high, a ball.
I bet Bobo, kid, use those hands.
Bobo. Let's go, Bobo. I don't know. One has made it.
Patrick Neumayer leads off. Swing and a miss. Strike. Throw back over there. Not in time. And Anderson has struck out. Here's Danny Keogh.
Come on, kid.
He popped out to the shortstop and shallow left field his last time up. And the first. That's a long fly ball this time. Right fielder back has it for the out. In the inning, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We played through 3 and we're tied up. And we'll be back with more in just a moment here on the network. Puri to lead it off for the Indians here in the 4th inning. First pitch, swing and a miss, strike. Strike 1. 4th inning. Both teams gave away a run early. Swing and a miss, strike. Houston with a single. Puri safe on an error. Double play, and the run came home. Trevians got their runs as Puri strikes out. Trevians got their run on 2 walks, a single, and a hit batsman, and a stolen base. Here's Parcell. There was a stolen base in there, but I guess that didn't really figure in the scoring. Deep to second, the long throw in time. Back behind the bag. And there's 2 down. And here's Billy Toy, the pitcher. Peter Elmer on the mound. And the pitch on the way by Elmer. Ball low and away. Trevians have Marte, Mazzoni, and Spellman due up. There's a strike. Looking back through last year's score sheets here on my scorebook. There's a little squibber picked up by Keogh. And quickly 1, 2, 3. In the inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. Go to the bottom of the fourth, halfway home in this one. And there, the score is tied. Here is Steve Marte. He lined a shot right at the second baseman for the first out of the second inning, batting here in the fourth.
Oh, Marty.
Come on, Marty. Throw your hands.
Up the middle, kid.
On the pitch. In tied a ball.
Quick hands, inside, not top.
Looked a little high, too. Now the delivery. There's a strike, and the count was up at 1-1 to Steve Marte. Outside a ball. Tried to hit the same spot again. 2-1 to Marte. Mazzoni and Spellman on deck. High, a ball. 3-1.
In RSVP.
Come on, Marty.
Yeah, it's a ball. I'll make it a strike, rather. And the count goes full.
Quick hands, Marty.
Strike 3. Caught Marte looking. Second strikeout of the ball game. And here's Mark Mazzoni. Hit a single down the third base line, and the second is left stranded. Trevians have stranded 6 through 3 innings. Swinging a bit straight. Kind of tell you what I was talking about to open up the ball game, that the Trevians have had their trouble driving home runs. Outside a ball. Now the delivery. Yes, he did go around. Strike on a high pitch. And that's low, a ball. The delivery by Billy Toy. Outside a ball. I think it's getting a little late in the season for the Trevians to really get their act in gear. They've seemed to have come close a couple of times, but then fallen apart. Ball 4. And Mazzoni officially 1 for 1, been on base twice now. And here's Ryan Spellman. Ryan Spellman officially comes to bat here. Let's take a break briefly for station identification. This is the Metro Chicago Sports Network on AT&T Broadband and New Trier Lyceum. Here's Ryan Spellman with the runner aboard. 1 out. Pitch is low, ball to Spellman. Mazzoni leads off first. Here's a bunt, foul, strike. Now it's hard to believe. Only 2 more weeks left to the regular season before the playoffs. The 21st, I believe, is the last game of the regular season against Libertyville for the Trevians. Spellman looks down to get the sign. Yeah, I'm right. The 21st of May. Throw the first runner back.
Come on, Spells.
That Saturday the 19th is the New Trier prom. New Trier also has a doubleheader that day. Varsity and JV against Mather. There's a strike. Yeah, I think the New Trier faithful have been spoiled over the last couple of years, last 4 years really, with some pretty good baseball. State runner-up and a state champion and a quarterfinalist in state. Downstate 3 out of the last 4 years. There's a high fly ball. Center fielder over, has it for the out. And there's 2 down, and here's Peter Harper.
Come on, Harper.
Get that top angle.
Peter Harper, the batter.
I've been hitting him. Wait to come to games. Yeah, I'm going to get next week.
2 out. Harper's been on base twice. Fielder's choice and a walk. Scored the lone Trevian run. Couple of stolen bases. There's a bunt, and that one is out of play. Back behind the dugout.
Come on, Hart.
Now the pitch. Foul ball. Windshield whacker off to the right.
Come on, Hart. Rip it, Harper. Rip it. Come on, 4. Go. Go, Hart. Come on, Hart. Fix it here. Harper.
Pitch high, a ball. The Trevian's first base coach, Piggott. Coach Piggott's been young pitcher, young player, young coach, teacher, stolen base. Young teacher at New Trier, was an athlete at Stevenson 9 years ago, and he's still been confused for New Trier baseball players. He's 20, well, he's got to be about 28, 20, about 27, 28 years old, has a beautiful wife and baby. Just missed.
Come on, Harp. Let's go here, Harp. Come on here, kid. Let's go.
Billy Toy looks in. Gets the sign into the windup. And steps off. So the Trevians with 3 stolen bases. If you're not hitting, I guess you got to manufacture runs by running a little bit. There's a ground ball right to third, up over the shoulder. And Harper with a single. And here's Teddy Rosinski. Rosinski walked in the first, flew out to right in the second. Batting here in the fourth. High and outside the ball.
Teddy. Go, Teddy, go. Come on, Teddy. We're going now. Let's go, Teddy. What do you say now? What do you say, T4? Let's go.
There's a strike.
Come on, Teddy. Hands inside, not top, Teddy.
Rip it, Teddy. Rip it. Let's go, Teddy. Let's go here.
And a delivery. Strike. It's about the same place.
Oh, kid.
I think Lozinski thought it was a little outside. He likes those bell-high fat pitches, the nice cholesterol ones. Big fat outside corner, about bell-high. He can hit it a ton. He's done it a couple times this week. And quickly Parcell out to have a word with Billy Toy. Tommy Geary on deck.
Let's go now, Teddy. Go. What do you say here?
High and away a ball. Throw it on down to second. Gets away. Everybody's going to advance. Scored as an error.
There it is. There we go.
Error on the play. Moves the runners along. Parcell tried to pick off Mazzoni. And it didn't work. First error of the ball game for the Indians of Niles West.
Oh, Teddy.
Let's go, Teddy. Come on, Teddy. Let's go, Teddy. Roll. Go good now.
High fly ball, fouled down the line and the windshield whacker. Here at Duke Childs Field. Runner steps off, pitcher steps off. Mazzoni at third, Harper at second.
Yeah!
Ball 4. And the bases are loaded.
Trust the hands.
Here's Tommy Geary.
Get on top and drive it.
Now the Trevians may be stranded a whole bunch of players here. Got to get something going for Geary. He's 0 for 2.
Hey, let's go, Tommy.
There's a strike.
Oh, Tommy. You can do it, kid. Here we go.
Trevians with 5 hits, 1 run. They have stranded 6 already through 3 innings. Right up the chute, foul ball. And boom. Some of the Trevian faithful here. The wind is blowing out. Gary's hit a couple of home runs this week. Outside a ball.
Quick hands, kid. Quick hands.
It's the silliest thing. Look, Neumayer with baseballs in each one of his back pockets there. Got a little piece of it, fouled it off.
Make a little adjustment. All right, keep your upper body over your lower body. Let the ball get to you. Quick hands, just the hands. Come on, Tommy. Oh, Tommy.
Bases loaded.
Stay on top. Drive it.
They really need a hit here. Ball inside. Didn't miss by much, but it was inside. And now the umpire over to have a word with Coach Gustafson, who has a tendency
Oh, DG. Throw the hands, kid.
to get a little rambunctious on the balls and strikes on occasion. Has been warned by the umpire behind the plate. Bases loaded. Now the pitch. Got another little piece of it and fouled it back. Let's go, Tommy. Put it into play somewhere.
Hey, nice.
Tommy Geary backs.
Throw those hands. Come on, Tommy. Come on, Tommy. Quick hands, Tommy. You can do it, kid. Stay on top.
Got a little piece of it. Didn't mean to. One of the Wilson
Use those hands, kid. Trust them. Get on top.
dogs. Brent Wilson's family dog. Foul ball back. Windshield whacker back behind the plate.
Who's on that one?
So Tommy Geary hanging in there. I suppose it's important to make the pitcher throw a lot of pitches. They will wear out. Some teams keep pitch counts. I would be very surprised, however, if Coach Gustafson does. There's a fly ball. Shallow left and got it. Nice play by the shortstop. And in the inning, no runs, 1 hit, and 3 more left. Trevians has stranded 9 through 4. At the end of 4, we're still tied at 1. We'll be back with more baseball action in just a moment here on the network. Kuladzij, Tommy Leone, and Trier do up here in the 5th inning for the Indians. Trevians have, regrettably, from the Trevian standpoint, actually stranded 9 through 4 innings. Not going to go very far doing stuff like that. There's a strike. On the other hand, Peter Elmer has given up just one hit. And that came back to bite him in the first inning off the error from Peter Harper. Walks and errors hurt you. Strike. Swing and a miss. Trevians have Neumayer, Anderson, and Keogh. 2 up in the bottom half of the 5th. There's a pitch low, a ball. Elmer has struck out 3 and walked 1. There's a strike. Struck out 4 and walked 1. Here's Tommy Leone, one of the strikeout victims. Sends a foul ball down the line. Into the right field corner. Out by the bullpen down there. Now the pitch. It's high, a ball. 1-1. Joe Tommy-Leone. His father's the head coach at Clemente High School. There's a strike. Or was last year. I don't know if he's still there. There was some question about that, I believe. That pitch is low, ball. I think he is. I know there were some changes made in the coaching staffs around the public league in the city. There's a strike. Got him looking. And here's Trier. He walked and got picked off. Twice the Indians try to hit and run. The second time, he just kept going. That's a ball, low and away. Ryan Trier, the first baseman for the Indians. There's a strike. So the Niles West squad going to change their name to the Wolves as of next year in the fall. There's a strike. We do have some teams that are using Indian logos around the North Shore still. Native American logos, let's say it right. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and quickly Elmo strikes out the side. 3 up, 3 down, no runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left. They didn't touch the ball in fair territory. That's 6 strikeouts for Peter Elmer. Here's Patrick Neumayer to lead it off. For the 5 innings, Peter Elmer's only faced 1 more than the minimum. Time called right away. Now the pitch to Neumayer. Ground ball. Second baseman throws over there, not in time, and it's a base hit. And here's Bob Anderson.
Up the middle, kid. Here we go. Let's go. Get up top and drive it.
Neumayer leads. The pitch. It's a ball. And the delivery. And Bob Anderson gets hit by a pitch for the second time today. So Neumayer on at second. Anderson at first. Second hit batsman of the ball game. And Danny Keogh over to have a word with Coach Napoleon. And some discussions out there on the mound as well. On the sacrifice. And here's Steve Marte. Neumayer at third, Anderson at second. 1 out.
Come on, up the middle, kid.
Time called. Marte steps out. There you see the infield pulled in. Hoping for a play at the plate with 1 out. Pitch is low of ball. Mark Mazzoni on deck. Marte is lined out to the first baseman and struck out. Now the pitch. There's a strike.
It's not yours, Steve. Help, kid. Quick hands. Button barrel. Button barrel on top, kid. Here we go. Short and quick.
Two in scoring position. 1 out. Toy delivers. Outside of ball.
Oh, Marty. Go, Marty.
Parcell gets the signal
Marty, let's go.
from the dugout. There's a bunt. Foul. Attempted a suicide squeeze.
Come on, Marty!
Oh, Marty.
I think they're checking to see if they're going to try it again. Again, the infield is pulled in. Now the pitch on the way. Foul ball. Line shot. Down by the
Inside hands. Button barrel, kid. Button
the
barrel.
bullpen.
You're right, you will.
And it actually went over the fence out of play down there.
Oh, Marty, button barrel, kid. Oh, Marty.
In the corner.
Oh, Marty!
1-9 in the spot.
Now the wind. And the delivery on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. There goes the throw to third. And got away. And here's Neumayer coming home with a run. So an error on the strikeout. But it isn't a strikeout. It's strike 2. And then the throw by Purcell. And he lets loose a rocket. Unfortunately, nobody could catch that one. I don't think even the third baseman see how high he's leaping, and he misses it by about 6 inches. Nice effort. And with it going out to left field, now Neumayer stops on his retreat back to the third and takes off for home. And the Trevians have a run on the error. It was strike 3. Switch hitting Mazzoni. Heading out of the left side. It's the ball. Thrown to second. Outside of ball. 2 out. Switch hitting Mark Mazzoni. Batting from the left side. Going for the righty-lefty percentage.
Be aggressive. Straight to the ball.
Nice pitch.
Come on, Mazzoni, you're out here. Come on now, Mazzoni. Go, man. Come on, there he says.
I just walked down there and said I was a beast in. I was like,
Hey, let's go now. Come on, Ace. Come on, man. Let's go now.
The wind and the delivery. There's a strike.
Check out.
Just do it.
Come down here.
Come on, man.
Wind has been blowing out through the whole game. Hasn't helped at all. No one's been able to get it up into the air. As we said for Niles West, they've had a walk, a hit batsman, and a single. However, dropped third strike. Peter Elmer's only faced one more than the minimum. As we go to the 5th inning, to the 6th inning, Trevians now lead 2-1. We'll be back with more here on the network right after these messages. Inning we go. Made a correction there. Took that hit away from Neumayer in the inning. In the 5th inning and scored that as an error, so 2 errors in the inning. No hits for the Trevians, but the run in. That's a ball. Here's Granini. Hit by a pitch his last time up. There's a strike. And the count evens up then, a ball and a strike.
Come on, Elmer.
High and away, a ball. Ground ball, high bounder. Second baseman has it, but not in time. Scored as a hit. Second hit of the ball game for the Indians. And here's Contos.
He's got wheels.
Contos
First base.
grounded bunt sacrifice. Back in the 3rd. Throw over to first and Granini back. 6th inning. Trevians have had a lot of opportunities and have not connected today. They have stranded 10. A lot of walks. A couple of hit batsmen. There's a strike. Shortened as if to bunt. Took the strike. George Contos. Over the last 2 years, Peter Elmer has lost just one ball game that I know of. And a game that really wasn't his fault. I don't remember which one it exactly was. Sandberg, maybe? Something like that.
Hey.
The big 6'6" lefty. Time called as Coach Marte out to hit. Coach Marte. Catcher Marte out to have a word. with his pitcher. Contoso goes over and has a word with Coach Gustafson. There's the ball. There's the throw down. Got him. On the steal. And there's one away. 1-1 the count to Contos. Nobody gone. A little squibber off the end of the bat. Foul. And bounces over the fence. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 2 out. And here's Houston. The only player that has hurt him, Rich Houston. Singled and scored a run. Came home on the double play hit into by Adam Purcell. Swing and a miss, strike. Into the dirt, a ball. 2 out, nobody gone. You're in the 6th inning. Strike 3. Caught him looking. In the inning, no runs, 1 hit. No errors. A couple of strikeouts. And nobody left. And the Indians have stranded nobody.
Chris Schmidt.
Leading it off for the Trevians, Ryan Spellman. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Spellman with a hot shot foul down the third base line.
Hands inside.
Strike 1. Pitch is outside a ball. The count evens up. Ball and a strike to Ryan Spellman. Spellman, Harper, and Rosinski do up.
Oh, Spells up the middle, hands inside, not top.
Low and away a ball. Late in the ball game. Taking a miss, strike.
Head down on it, let's go. Front side it.
The speedy center fielder in the Trevians. At bat. Been on base once, a race on the fielder's choice today. Out of pitch. Outside a ball. Well, if Spellman and Harper can get on, boy, they can really make things happen. As we said, they get on enough, they're going to steal 40 bases this year, the two of them. Foul ball back, strike.
Oh, Spells, get on top.
High fly ball. Left fielder comes in a little bit. Has it for the out. Has out number one. Some of the fans down the third base line. And here's Peter Harper. Been on base 3 times. A single, fielder's choice, and a walk. Stolen 2 bases. Scored a run. Takes a strike. Peter playing second base these days. Outside the ball. I have a sneaking suspicion New Trier might be one of those warm weather teams. That is, a team that plays well when the weather's warm. Just don't play well in cold weather. Frequently happens with young teams. Although today's been a warm day and the Trevians have not played well. Foul ball back. Got to play. Windshield whacker.
You got one in your bag? Yeah, I got one. Got one. Come on, Harper. Come on, Harper. Come on, Harper. They said hit.
One out. Strike 3, 2 out. And here's Teddy Rosinski.
Oh, Teddy.
Rosinski bats with 2 out.
Quick hands, Teddy.
Rosinski is officially 0 for 1 at the plate. Has walked twice.
Come on, Teddy. Let's go, Teddy. Come on now. Oh, Teddy. Quick hands inside.
Out of pitch. Bounces in the dirt, a ball. Goes all the way back to the screen.
All right. Come on, Teddy.
Peter Elmer with 8 strikeouts on the ball game.
Oh, Teddy.
Has given up just 4 hits in his last 2 ball games that he's pitched. And 1 run. And that was unearned. There's a strike. That's off the last 13 innings. I don't know if I have the performance before that. Hard to keep track. In fact, I can't. Ball 4. Rosinski with another walk. 3rd time today. And we have a pinch hitter. Will Park. Considering Geary has not done anything at the plate today. There's a strike. They put Will Park. The hit. That's a ball, and it evens up the count at 1-1.
Oh, Will.
Pat Neumayer is scheduled to bat next. Unless they have a pinch batter for him, too. And now Will Park gets hit by a pitch. Here's Pat Neumayer. 3rd hit batsman of the day for the Indians. Time called as Adam Purcell out to have a word with his. There you see how the front's rolled through now. The wind is coming straight in. Well, we started the game with the wind going straight out. Now the wind's coming straight in as the front has passed. And the temperature has dropped accordingly. There's a
baby newbie call, kid. Hands inside top hand.
first pitch outside the ball. So the front has rolled through. Temperatures drop. There's a strike.
Got you.
There's a strike. Strike two. To Neumayer. The pitch. Outside a ball.
Come on, Newbie.
Well, 3 times during the ball game, the Indians have gotten a man on, and 3 times they've put themselves right out of the play. Once trying to steal.
The hands through.
Once getting caught off third, the pickoff play working. Ball 4, and Neumayer draws a walk, and once more the Trevians have the bases loaded. So Geary gonna re-enter here.
Done now. Let's go, Babo.
There you see how that wind has shifted.
Get on top, hit it hard, Babo.
Remember earlier in the game we had the flagpole showing that flag going straight out. And it's getting a little chilly out here. Wind coming in off the cold Lake Michigan shore. Bob Anderson bats. Bases are loaded. 2 out. Anderson officially 0 for 1. Been hit twice by a pitch. In the first inning, that scored a run. There's a strike. Strike 1.
Come on, Bubba. Come on, shot.
Ground ball. Shortstop has it. Goes to second for the fielder's choice. And again, the Trevians strand 3 in the inning. No runs, no hits, a walk, 2 walks, and a hit batsman, and 3 left. We go to the 7th. Trevians lead 2-1.
Times it's the hardest thing to choose.
Bonpuri, Parcell, and Toy do up 2, 3, and 4 in the lineup for the Indians. Pitch is outside a ball. Into the dirt, a ball. Peter Elmer has pitched a whale of a ball game here. Has struck out 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Faced 1 more than the minimum. High fly ball. On the run, on the run, on the run, and the catch by Spellman.
Sit right there, make him hit it.
So there's one away. Here's Parcell. Grounded into the double play that scored the run for the Indians back in the first. And grounded out Harper to Rosinski in the fourth, batting here in the seventh. There's a strike to Parcell. Swing and a miss, strike two.
Everything in front, Marty.
Pitches in the dirt, a ball right in front. Bounced in a little bit.
Hey, hit the spot, Elmo.
Here at Duke Childs Field, trying to finish this one off. There's a strike, strike three. The ninth strikeout of the ball game for Peter Elmer, and last hope is his compatriot on the mound, Toy. Billy Toy takes a pitch low for a ball. The delivery. Swing and a ground ball. And throw for the error, Cosby. Crosby now in there. Second error of the ball game for the Trevians. So runner on first. Two out. And now two more than the minimum. And both of them have not been. The run has been unearned. Hasn't been anything that so grounder picked up by Keogh. Over to first, and the ball game is over. And what I want to say was anything that Elmer did wrong. Elmer pitched a beautiful ball game. We'll be back in just a moment to wrap this one up. Well, the final word on this one. For the Trevians, 2 runs, that is 5 hits, not 6. Or 6 hits, not 5. Yes, I'm wrong. It is 6 hits. They did return Neumayer to a base hit. 2 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors for the Trevians. 3 stolen bases for the Trevs. 6 walks they received. They were struck out 5 times. And the big figure here, they left 13 on base. Peter Elmer hit a man. For the Niles West Indians, 1 run on 2 hits, 2 errors, no stolen bases. They received just 1 walk from Peter Elmer. Struck out 9 times. Left 1 on base, that in the 7th inning, as Peter Elmer faced 2 more than the minimum, and Billy Toy hit 3 Trevians. The winning pitcher is Peter Elmer, and the loser is Billy Toy. This is Mark Braun. Hope you've enjoyed this broadcast. And for those of you leaving us, sorry to see you go here, I guess. And those of you sticking around for more baseball, those of you leaving us, hope you enjoyed this broadcast. And we say, as always,